northern regions. So
let's see who we have with us. Dr. Brandt. She wants one of each.
how are you, Sylvia?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Actually,
Well, yeah.
ready to get started.
Nice.
Can they hear us?
Yes, we'll be right with you. We're all making our thieves' tea if you want to join us.
We enjoy it. You're right, I'll listen to it. Okay, it's really good when you combine them. Yes. Yeah. And that's the raffle for tonight. It's a great gift idea. Yeah.
Yes, versus up a little bit.
So we'll have to show it off as a gift idea prior to raffle.
That's great.
Okay, everybody. Everybody's got a cup of tea. For those of you online, we're drinking thieves' tea tonight with wolfberries. I could thank all of you for coming tonight in person and online. And,
Okay, I thought she was Maria. There's another person I know.
and I'd like to introduce Dr. Nancy Brandt. She's our mentor and teacher. She is also the pioneering veterinarian in veterinary medical aromatherapy, and she has a holistic practice here in Nevada. And we are just honored to be in her line of Young Living essential oils. And she's going to speak to us tonight on how to use the oils in the starter kit to winterize your bodies. And we are also having a raffle tonight for a bottle 15 milliliter of Christmas Spirit, $1 a ticket. Oh, it's our start of our Going to Convention Fund. Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do that later.
Okay, so first off, I'm gonna run and get this before someone wins it.
Yeah.
What I love is this is not the simplest gift. Okay, something, it just jazzed it up, and yet we're giving them a really nice gift of a bottle of oil. You could also put maybe 2 5 mLs in this little tiny bag, or in the starter kit we're going to go over. You have little tiny bottles that you get that you can get samples in a little tiny bag like this. Yeah, and so it's just a really nice special way to, again, give something at Christmas that's very unique. It's also really healthy. So last night on our telephone conference, I talked about winterizing our body. And so we are going to go through the starter kit tonight and then go a little bit more into winterizing our bodies. And in honor of that, we have 2 types of tea. And then some brilliant person here said, why don't we put them together? So we have 3 types of tea, either thieves tea or wolfberry tea or thieves wolfberry tea. Okay?
Should we tell the people online how to make it?
Yes, we should.
You would steep a cup of boiled water and add 2 drops of thieves, a couple drops of lemon, and some honey or stevia or agave to taste.
And to add the wolfberry, you just go ahead and put in a good tablespoon of wolfberry into it. And the berries hydrate and are just a nice little sweetener to the tea.
What are the benefits of the wolfberries?
So the wolfberry Wolfberry is the prime ingredient in Ninja Red, which is a drink that we have. And so when we're talking about winterizing our body, part of winterizing our body is keeping it healthy. We winterize our home. Why? Why do we winterize things in our home? Because we don't want the pipes to freeze, okay? Or let's say we're snowbirds and we're winterizing in a climate that really needs it, as opposed to Las Vegas. You know, we've got to make sure the home is ready so that the external environment isn't able to attack the home. Well, the same thing happens with us. Our body's our home. And so to winterize our body, part of it is just coming in and giving it the things that keep it at optimal. And so wolfberry is an antioxidant berry. And in Chinese medicine, it's actually used as a blood tonic. So in Chinese medicine, we have the yin, we have the yang. And the yang is sort of that energy and that go, go, go. The yin is that more substance. You see, you can't have yang without the yin, because you need the water in the river to carry the current. But you also can't have the river without the current. So the yin and yang are intimately related. The difference in westernized societies is we're over-younged, yes? We're way youngified. Does that make sense? Okay? We do everything possible to get that extra boost. And the fact is that we're really just blood deficient people, which are going to make you feel the same as you've run out of gas. The thing is, you're not out of necessarily current. You're out of something to carry it. So Ninja Red is partly produced, the majority of it's produced with the wolfberry. And it's the gas in your tank. But gas is substance, right? It doesn't become yang until it is combusted in the car. So again, that's that intimate relationship between the yin and the yang. You already have enough yang going on in your life. So again, the Ninja will really keep you going because it's your true fuel. And what I say with the Ninja Red is, we're all sitting here with an empty tank. We just are. And so in order to really get the benefit, we need to fill up the tank. And so what I did is I ordered 4 bottles a month for 3 months. And I made sure I drank a bottle a week. And this morning I woke up and I just felt this little, you know, it's the season, right? That's why we're all here to learn about winterizing. So I took 8 ounces, 15 drops of tangerine, stirred it real well, and that was breakfast. And I feel great. Again, it's all about winterizing. It's recognizing what may come on and stay above the line. Always stay above the line. So that's my base of my nutrition, is the Ninja Red. And we'll talk a little bit more about winterizing. But we're going to move first into the starter kit. What's fabulous about the starter kit is they're not lying. You actually can start with this kit. And so just for winterizing, you can look at this kit and the oils.
And the 3 of you recently got your kits?
Yes.
So, and I also think this is like so cool. Like, who comes up with fabulous packing? Look at that.
Oh, wow, you can just like, I didn't open my box yet. I need to put it up on the shelf.
We'll change that tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so thank you for bringing that up. The first step is to open up. You're awesome. Please attend every single one.
I'll say something stupid every time.
So, this is something I love in my practice. I'll have a client come in. It's been 6 months. I gave them 3 weeks worth of medicine, and they said the medicine didn't work. And they are looking at it, and it's still full. I'm like, it doesn't work by osmosis. So neither will these, okay? But I think that this is just brilliant. I think the packaging alone is lovely. But just to have that now sitting in your vanity, and there they are, easy access to.
I bought a doctor because of the packaging. I'm very visual.
Oh, you bought it because of the
I
packaging?
looked at it and I said, oh, that's beautiful. I've never seen one visual packaging.
Well, Marianne will
And then they
appreciate
told me
that.
what it was about.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I got it.
But it is, it's truly beautiful. You know, on the back, it's our 20 years of stewardship. You know, this company started as an essential oil company. And that's always been their focus. And on the front, it says from our fields to yours. Because this company owns most of the farms that we are able to get the essential oils from. And what's significant about that is we understand the importance of the purity of the essential oils. Because we understand that, 20 years ago, they started buying farms. Because now it's sustainable, it's eco-friendly, and it's exactly the quality that they demand. Okay, so in this lovely little place, so now we've taken our oils out. There's a secret compartment. And okay, not just you, but I've had people go, I had no idea that was there. And there's dust on their oils, that's how long, okay? So we have a secret compartment. And then over here, we have our information, okay? And you also received a product catalog. And then a lot of you probably got the Christmas catalog at the same time, okay? And I love when the Christmas catalog comes out. And I'm really happy because I got my red mugs and my glass this year. A lot of times they run out and I don't get them. I don't know why I wait. So this year I said, I'm not waiting. So you can see I haven't opened it. Yeah? You open this and I'll go through this part. Okay, so in our secret hidden compartment here, you're gonna have a sample of Ninja Red. Now Ninja Red will come in these packets, and I order these because that's what I travel with. Or recently I've just been throwing bottles in there because I drink so much of it. And I think that's how that I have 4 businesses, because I do winterize my body. So these are samples to get started. They're each 2 ounces. And then they give us a bonus order. Stress away. I'm sorry, it doesn't fit in the nice display, but we can put it there. And then they give us one of their roller balls. And I'll show you today what we do with that, okay? And so the roller ball is one method for applying oil. So rather than dripping, the oil drops out. You put this in, and I'll show you where. Get the open bottle.
Yes. And then you take out the other piece. I have an
Yeah.
issue with that.
Oh, you need, well, I use a hemostat. So, but now you can roll the oil on. So let's say you want to really get more coverage of a specific essential oil, and you want to roll it out, okay, as opposed to taking a few drops and then rubbing, okay? One advantage of the roller is when you are wanting to just reapply, you don't have to go wash your hands because you didn't get it on your hands if you did drops. So that's when I put the roller ball in.
An empty bottle.
Okay, so Emma's already made my job easy, as usual. So this plastic here, we call this a reducer. Okay, and it's a reducer because you don't want all the oil to pour out. So we reduce the orifice by putting this in. And when you take that out, you then can place your roller ball in there. And then it comes with its own lid because it needs to be a taller lid to hold the roller ball in.
Does putting the black lid help lock it in place?
They don't work well in the 5s. So,
Oh,
okay.
oh, that's good.
What I use is a butter knife, and I just go underneath the plastic to take that out, okay? The other thing is when I no longer can get oil out of here, I take the reducer off
Uh-huh.
and I get the rest of the oil out that way, okay?
Yeah.
Then what I'll do is I'll fill this with the V6 mixing oil, and I will use it generously because now it's very dilute. Again, so I really make sure that I get every drop. Okay,
I have a question. Isn't that going to adulterate the oil because it's like, you know, when you put your finger on the bottle,
adulterated with what? What specifically?
with whatever you had on your skin, on your finger.
When I touch to put this back
No,
on,
if you like, you know, put your finger on the top and then you shake it to where you can get a little bit on your finger.
okay, so that's a great question. So some people do this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they apply. Almost every essential oil, because of what they do in the plant for protecting the plant, are antimicrobial. So from a microbial standpoint, you're not going to infect anything. Okay, from an energetic standpoint, if it's my bottle of oil, I don't care if I do it.
Okay.
Okay, but I prefer other people to drop it, okay? But that's energy.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with microbes.
Okay.
Okay, having said that, after 18 years of doing this, I guarantee you there's, you know, they're good.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a great question, and it's better to drop the oil out rather than do that, okay? And it's not because of risk of something microbial, it's more about, do you have petrochemicals on your hand? And the petrochemicals are our biggest risk. Your hands should be clean before you're working with the oils anyways, because the essential oils will glob on to any petrochemicals, and then that can be drawn into your body. So again, I don't want lotions or anything. And again, I'm only going to use Young Living products for that reason, so that I don't have to worry about petrochemicals getting into my, absorbed through my skin. Does that answer it?
Thank you.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so on to this. We get these little samples. And these samples are fantastic to have in your purse. And I'll tell you why. We were out on a houseboat, and we went out on the speedboat, and me being a fabulous mother thought, yeah, go ahead and jump off that cliff. It didn't look very high, right? And it wasn't very high compared to all the rest of them. My 14-year-old daughter's like, yay, and she goes running up with all the rest of the kids. And she hesitates. Have you ever hesitated and it bit you in the butt? Well, this bit her in her elbow. So she slid down the cliff. So rather than cliff diving, she went cliff sliding. Now she came up, and the only thing she said is, did you get it on camera? Okay, but the only thing we had, and she knows my daughter well, were these little samples. Because we're all in our swimsuits.
And they're waterproof.
This is all we have. And so I opened up one, because my daughter, who's 14, will never put a Band-Aid on without an essential oil on it. She just won't. She actually told the teachers they were wrong. She's told the school nurse they're wrong. She's told neighbors they're wrong, and then proved she was right by putting oils on it and showing how much faster something heals.
Yeah.
So these are really handy to have. But also if someone is, you're talking to them and they just want to smell it, you have these little samples. And they also give you the little tiny bottles for sharing. So now what you have is the opportunity to take any of these oils, put a few drops into the little bottle and give those as gifts so you don't give away these oils. And like I said, wouldn't that be beautiful in one of these little bags? You can give them a few little samples to use.
Comes with little stickers in there if you need to label it. There's one sheet of stickers in the box.
So, you didn't even know that. This is why we're going through the kits. And all the multiple reasons to use it. There's a little instruction book, okay? Love it, share it, repeat. We've all done it. I love a movie, and who do I tell? Everybody, okay? I love a restaurant, and who do I tell? Everybody. And then we have our little cards that you can also give with a sample oil.
And over there.
And what I absolutely love about these cards is, again, what a fabulous gift these can make. So the card itself tells you how to use it and what it is. This little insert will pop out. And now I put these in my little bottle, okay, which comes with the little reducer. And I can give it away. And I mean, that's a cute little stocking stuffer. And it's already in your kit. So you've already bought your Christmas gifts. Doesn't that make it easy? And then they have to open it to read the card. Ooh, I like that, right? And then they open it and learn exactly what to do with it. And so again, in your kit, you already have the cards. You already have the little bottles. So that's our secret compartment. And then in this compartment, right here,
What's the sponge on the stick for?
Oh, that was
The diffuser.
That's the junior diffuser. I'll show you how to do that.
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah, that's what the diffuser.
It's with the, did you do dewdrops?
No, she does, I think, the whole diffuser.
This comes with the diffuser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
this
that's the
is
thing
a
that's
sponge to help you clean
Okay.
the diffuser.
Oh. Yeah, it helps.
And the diffuser has a little instruction card with it.
Oh.
Yeah, it will tell you.
Yeah, it helps clean it.
Oh, okay. That's really good.
Because with the ultrasonic diffusers, the oil and the water diffuse together.
Uh-huh.
And so a film will build up in the sponge will.
Right, I noticed the film built up.
Correct. Yep. Okay, so in our little literature, you're going to get a member agreement. So you have one, you can read through it. You're going to have the 3 simple steps to get ready. So how to start, what essential rewards are, and 3 equals free, okay? And so again, something that we can talk about, basically signing 3 people up in Young Living will create free product. So they have very specific programs running at all times. And so that's what this is about. Starting, one of the things is us going through the kit, the Essential Rewards. Essential Rewards is a fabulous program because you earn points. So I get free product every month. Then we have other specials running that I get free product every month. And then, depending on how you're building your business, you get free product every month. And then, as your business grows, you're making more money in the business than you buy in product. I promise you do, okay? And when that occurs, again, this card is really that starting point. How do we do that? Okay? So next, we have the Young Living Promise. And what I like is it's welcome to the Revolution. The Revolution. And it's going to just talk a little bit about their commitment, their seed to seal process, which stands them apart from everybody else. Again, they know what happens from the selection of the seed all the way till they seal that oil and ship it. And then on the back, it talks about that roller ball and how to use each part of the kit. And then it has the Young Living Roadmap. And so it talks about the different opportunities from the financial plan, the compensation plan. And it also talks about the different farms and where they're located in the world. And so back when I started, we were just in the United States, and we were thinking about the United Kingdom. And so we've come a long ways. On the back, again, Young Living loves to use little icons. And all of these icons will help you navigate also when you go into the computer and when you go to what we call the virtual office. And so this is just that starting place to help you learn what these little icons mean. One of the cards I have tonight has little icons on it. One looks like a partially filled capsule. So if it's a partially filled capsule, it means it's safe for a dietary intake. The other looks like wavy lines. And little wavy lines means it's just aromatic. And the other is a drop, an orange drop, and that means topical. So that's the most common way to use the essential oil. Usually if I don't see dietary next to it, I, for the most part, would not ingest that essential oil. Okay, now I have a master's in aromatherapy, so sometimes I might make an exception. But again, that's a different type, that's an educated exception. So again, they make it really easy. If it's got the partially filled capsule, it's good to put in our tea, right? This is really yummy tea, isn't it?
It is, it's very good.
Like I'm with the wolfberries now taste like the thieves and lemon. I'm doing this. Yeah. And the wolfberries floating on top, if I forget to stir it and some of the oil floats, the wolfberry hits my mouth first.
And eat the wolfberry.
Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, we have the card for the essential oils in there. So it's going to, again, use those codes here, what you can use it for. So RC is both an internal use and an aromatic use. It doesn't have topical on there, but a lot of times, like topical is usually fairly safe to use it. And then this one also has a symbol that sort of looks like an orange yin and yang, and that is that they recommend that we dilute it. And so you dilute with some clean vegetable oil. So in Young Living, they sell V6 mixing oil. Thank you. And the V6 mixing oil is a combination of different, what we call carrier oils. And in aromatherapy, the carrier oil is as important as the essential oil. So this is where I went when my head started to go, I can't learn all this. What am I doing? I'm the first veterinarian in the world to look at this, and I'm studying with these, you know, masters I'm never gonna learn all that. So I said, I'll just use this. And then I never have to worry about the carrier oil. Obviously, since then, I've become a little more attuned to carrier oils, but the V6 is very nice and clean. And again, it's organic, so it's gonna be safe to use. And it makes a great salad dressing too.
Oh, that's good to know. When you run out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's our starter kit in terms of all the information that you have and all the little goodies that we have in the kit itself. And then this catalog goes through product by product and gives you a description of every single product. And it has those same icons. So it has the little half full capsule or the little orange drop or the little blue wavy lines, so you know how to use it. In this catalog, it shows you the farms. Again, it emphasizes their seed to seal guarantee. Again, this company guarantees the authenticity of their essential oils. Where the farms are, essential oils and what they are, and then how to use them. And what's great is it's more like an educational book than just a catalog for what you might want to purchase. Okay? Then it goes through all the single oils. Then it goes into the blends, diffusers. So each of us got a diffuser with the premium kit, but there's others. And so some other ones may fit what work for you in your life. So for me, this little tiny one is really great to travel with, but I don't want that in my home. I want a little bit bigger one. But it does tell you a little bit about each of the diffusers. The animal line, the thieves cleaning line, so we can detoxify our home, supplements, Ninja Red, personal care, some brochures, some literature to learn more. The starter kit, so that you can explain the starter kit to someone, right? And then why join pages in the back. So if someone's interested, you literally can tear one of these out and hand it to them. Okay? There's like 6 of those in the back. And then how to order and how to get into the computer. So when you signed up, a lot of times someone sat with you and signed you up. Now make sure that same person is sitting with you and telling you how to get on the computer so that you can go in and change your essential reward order every single month. So I go in and I change mine every month. So you don't have to get the same thing. And the way that I started was every month I ordered X amount of stuff, and then I would learn everything about that stuff that month while I had it. So if I wanted to learn everything about frankincense, while I was reading about it, I would smell frankincense. Because scent locks in memory. So I'm breathing frankincense and learning about it, reading about it. And I mean, I'm everywhere, all over the place. All the books I could find, everything. In fact, this weekend I met my heroes. Everybody I started with was at a conference I was asked to lecture at. So I was already like, that's crazy. But these were the legends. They are the legends, but they were my heroes because those are the textbooks that I went to in order to substantiate why I was using these in my practice. And one of the only medical texts that are written is in French. I do not speak French, but I bought a French dictionary and started to translate it. And Pierre this weekend said in a year it will finally be translated. And he has a 3-volume book coming out. And this is what they use in the French medical schools. So aromatherapy has been around a while, and it's very substantiated. So now we're going to talk about how can we use, if all I have is a starter kit, to winterize my body, okay? Then we're gonna go into some other possibilities for winterizing. Any questions before we go on? Awesome. Any questions online? Any way they can ask?
Yes, there is. There's a Q&A, but there aren't any.
Okay,
There was 4 people joined us already.
awesome. So just give them a second if they needed to ask a question. Now would be the time, because I have to drink tea.
Not sure if that's turned on. I apologize if it's not.
So we're good?
We're good.
Call Anna on her cell phone if you,
Yes, if you have any questions,
If it's
call me
burning.
direct.
okay. Problem solved. So again, one of the best things to do is put this on your vanity so it's there to remind you. Because we go and we use the stuff we're familiar with.
Or your desk and everybody else want to know what to do.
Is that what you want?
No, on your desk instead of your
Oh.
bed.
Yeah, or on your desk or in your kitchen, okay? Or buy several kits and put them around, okay? But again, have it there to remind you. Because the essential oils are what the plant makes for themselves because they can't walk to the drugstore. They can't walk down to Walmart or Walgreens, right? So they got to make a little bit of everything in order for them to thrive. And that's what we bottle as an essential oil. And so the essential oils, for the most part, are antimicrobial. Why? Because in the plant, they're antimicrobial. So when we're winterizing ourselves during this season, there's several things that can occur. One, we tend to be around more people. We tend to get out a little bit more. So the possibility of a microbial coming in contact with us may increase. In my case, the kids go back to school. The second is that we have a tendency to, in the holiday season, to eat things that aren't as supportive for our bodies, okay? And in my practice, I love my clients because they bring me good chocolate and good cookies and good cakes and yummy things. And they're always super yummy. And we get inundated with them, and I have to taste them. But it's not as supportive to my body, right? So again, there's things that are occurring during this holiday season that isn't necessarily that some new bug showed up, but that our body is not winterized. So essential oils applied every day help winterize your body. It doesn't matter which ones. Now we're going to go through the essential oils and give you a little tip about each one of them. And again, that tip is mainly from the card that's in your book. Okay? And so we're going to talk just specifically, how would I use this during the winter? Okay? So stress away. During the holiday season, are there any people in your life that are related to you that you may have the opportunity to have contact with them only during the holiday season? Stress away. Stress away. Because what happens if we're stressing, then our immune system is stressed. So stress away, again, winterizes us. Prepare for it. Another essential oil that is not in your kit that can also help winterize you is joy. Joy is a beautiful fragrance. I use it a lot as my perfume because it just doesn't allow negativity in my space. Why is that important? Because in certain places that my office have been, there's certain individuals that when they walk into my office, their energy was more difficult to mediate. But if I had joy in a diffuser and joy on myself, they just never came in my office. Stress away.
Dr. Brandt?
Yeah.
During the holidays, a lot of people, I would have guests coming over. Would I be able to put stress away on one of my dogs if they're getting anxious?
Yes.
On what, ear tips or scarf? Or-
Best application for our dogs is a spray bottle. So 1 drop of whatever essential oil you want to use in the water, 1 ounce of water. So this is 4 ounces. I put 4 drops of stress away in here, and then I mist them.
Miss the whole house.
Yeah. And what's really nice is, you know, those people who are visiting have the same stress, so spray down their pillows and bedding where they're staying. And then all I do is I cup my hand over the pet's eye and I mist it on their back. And they act as their own diffuser. Okay, so I might mix stress away and joy. I might mix stress away and lavender. I might mix stress away and peace and calming, or peace and calming and lavender. You know, what's cool is there's a lot of combinations and you can play with them and find the one that works great. So peace and calming and lavender together used to be the best blend for animals and calming them. Since stress away, I find stress away and lavender work a little bit better, okay? And a lot of animals pick up on our stress. And so why not comfort them? Why not comfort the guest that's probably also going, you know, when I do come this one time a year, I know that I stress them. And we don't know why we might, you know, rub the wrong way with other people, but use the essential oils and maybe you won't anymore. It'll just diffuse it. Let the oils do their work, right?
So how many drops of lavender and stress away would you use together?
So if this is 4 ounces, I put 2 lavender, 2 stress away. So it's still 1 drop of any oil per ounce,
Okay.
okay?
And would it be the same with cats?
With cats, sometimes I'll do that where I go 1 drop per 2 ounces.
For 2 ounces?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm really finding with cats, because our oil is pure, that I'm not having problems. I do have problems with oils that have not been pure. Okay, and after 18 years, we definitely have a lot of that. But that's also why I went and studied with some of these legends.
Sure.
Okay, and it's why I wanted to make sure that I knew how to recognize quality before I talked about some oil or before I recommended a specific oil. I wanted to be able to know that I was recommending something good. So again, in a cat, it may be 1 drop of the stress away and 1 drop of the lavender.
Okay.
You can always add more, or you can pour half of it out and dilute it. So if your cat's going, I'm out of here,
Yeah.
dilute it.
Okay.
If the cat's going, right, then we're good.
Right, right. So
Okay.
that would be great for cats that are undergoing like chemotherapy and everything.
It can be, and really dilute with chemotherapy, because in a chemotherapy situation, your animal is already very toxic.
Okay.
And the oils are going to impact that. So I just always start very, very low and work my way up, okay?
So you
Yeah.
said cover their eyes and spray their back. Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
So if this is their head and this is their tail, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna cover their eye and I'm just go,
And you spray their back.
yeah. So if they're little, if they're big, it's,
Mhm.
yeah, okay? The only reason I'm covering their eyes is I don't want it to drip in their eye. Because if oil gets in your eye, okay, it's gonna irritate your eye. So you're gonna take V6 oil and you're gonna open this and you're gonna do this. And dilute it. You're not gonna put water in your eye. Because oils go running away from water. So what happens is it goes deeper in your eye and it's gonna burn more. So oil fixes oil. So if something gets in your eye, and the number 1 way it gets in your eyes, is you're doing this, you're putting it on your pet, or you're putting it on someone else, or you just did this and then your eye itches and you go. So you grab V6, you squirt it in your eyes, okay, and dilute it out. Olive oil, at that point, I don't even care if it's an icky oil, just dilute it out, right?
Is the water distilled or purified?
It is at least purified. Okay, otherwise the oils are gonna work on the water and disinfecting the water. And now you've got oils that globbed on all the yuck in the water, and you're misting that on your pet. So it should be at least clean, okay? Okay, so we have digize. Does anybody overeat during the holidays?
Put it on before you go to eat.
Exactly. So, one sneaky little trick is a few drops of digize and a few drops of peppermint in a huge bottle of water. And now I have my glass bottle, right? And shake it up and sip on it while you're doing everything. And what are you doing? You're stimulating digestion. You're supporting that you're winterizing, right? You're winterizing. And then when you overeat, that may be the time that you want to go ahead and rub these on your tummy, okay? And then you can eat again, right? My kids basically, my son's 18, my daughter's 20, my granddaughter's almost 2, and then my youngest is 14. This is all they know. My daughter came with me, and my granddaughter was 6 months old, to convention, and they have the coolest thing for kids, this camp. And the baby's like, Like at 6 months, she's like, I want to stay here. But they have a whole kids kit. And that's all my granddaughters ever know. But digize, that's all my kids ask for. They don't ever ask for something else because it always works. And then you can combine it again with peppermint, because peppermint's going to really support digestion also.
There's times when my dog starts throwing up because he may have eaten something that I didn't see.
Right, and he doesn't want to throw up. Right, so you can see it?
No, he throws up.
Okay,
So should I give him digize?
I would. Yep.
And how much?
So the first is you can just take a few drops in your hand and rub it on the tummy.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first way. The second is you can take some V6 in your hand. So you probably got about a half a teaspoon that would fit in your hand right here. Okay, and then I would just shake out 1 drop of digize and maybe a drop of peppermint. Do this, and then I take it, and then they go.
Yeah.
Okay, if they're a cat, I'll take it and just stick it right here on their foot, and they're like, human, right? Or I might just take my finger, and I'm done. And then they're, right? And, you know, they might, like, look at you like, I can't believe the human got away with that. A dog's going, thank you, and a cat's going, we'll be talking about this later.
Now, will that help a dog that has diarrhea as well?
How do we do it compliant? In my practice, yes.
Well, and when I say diarrhea, she was cutting a tooth Saturday. I gave her first raw bite. She went nuts. And yeah, exactly. And now she's got diarrhea. So I threw 1 drop of peppermint in her food the other night, and the gas kind of stopped, but she's still diarrhea. So.
Okay, so again, you need to make sure that she doesn't have a raw hide.
Absolutely.
Okay, so my kids run for digize anytime they need to winterize, help out their digestive system for any reason. And most of the time we do not dilute a dog, and a cat I'll still dilute it.
Okay.
Not a lot though.
Okay.
And again, the great thing is whenever you put something on an animal, remember cats are gonna lick it off.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs may or may not, cats will. So it better have the little half-filled capsule next to it, or don't use it. And a lot of stuff that's out there has been incorrect technique or adulterated oils. Or some of them where there was unfortunate incidences have been, you know, telling somebody to drink this entire bottle.
Whoa.
Now, how that happens is beyond me. You should be vomiting just by trying to drink all of that, right? But I mean, that's just an overdose. So some of the things that are out there saying that's a bad oil, yes, no, maybe, right? Because there is the right way to do things. Okay, so next is lemon. So lemon's one of my favorite ones to put in my water to drink. And again, it goes with the thieves' tea. Well, what's great is you have thieves and lemon in your starter kit. So now you can do thieves' tea all winter long. And you're taking in these protective essential oils, these winterizing oils all winter long. And then if you really want to up the ante, you can buy the bag of the wolfberries. So now you're going to help antioxidation also. So again, we're protecting our body. Lemon also is fabulous for cleaning with. And it's that same thing. You can winterize your home and at the same time use less chemical in your home just by using what's in your starter kit. So you can go ahead and put 1 drop per ounce in a spray bottle. And this is my spray bottle that goes on trips with me. Okay, and then I mist down the entire hotel room. Everything. The headboards that never get cleaned, the lampshades that never get cleaned, the curtains, everything gets, I call it misted, hosed down into the vent. Okay, because none of that ever really gets clean. And then I'll do the floor, and again, now I've disinfected everything. And I've done it in a way that's very respectful to the hotel. I'm not leaving anything there. I'm not going to damage anything at that dilution. But again, a lot of people, when you travel, what's the issue is just like old buildup. But it's also the toxic cleaners that they're needing to use in the hotel room that they have to use. And so again, you're cleaning that toxic waste up. So let's say your home is a pretty clean home. Like my home has very little chemical in it. And then you go to a hotel room and your body goes, what's all this, right? So again, that's why I'm cleaning my whole hotel room. I'll also sometimes on an airplane come in and go, you know. So how I travel is this goes, it's empty, except it has my oil sitting at the bottom. I go through security and I go over, buy a bottle of water, and they get some and I get some. And then when I walk onto the plane, because do you think they clean those seats?
No. Horrible.
Ever. I don't think they ever do. But I think they run through in like a can of something, right? I don't know what they do. So what I do is, then I sit down in my seat and I go, because I don't know what's been touching that. Okay, and if I take the tray down, and it's at a dilution that doesn't usually make other people go, wah, right? Now I have had a few of that, you know. I have had a stewardess come over and go, what is that? You know, but it's okay because she bought a bottle of oil after I told her what it was because she was sick of being sick. So she wanted to winterize.
That's lemon.
That, you can do that with lemon, okay? So that's one of the uses for lemon. And again, ingesting lemon, because the more essential oils you bring in, the better. It's also one of my favorite ones, besides tangerine, to put in with my Ninja Red. So I love to take my Ninja Red and change oils. So I'll change it, I'll put these in there once, cinnamon in there once. One of my favorite oils is yuzu, jade lemon. So the tangerine, the oranges, I tried nutmeg, I didn't like that. But again, you know, I like to change it and see what I can do with it. And it's really fun. You could do the lemon tea with honey when someone does lemon and honey, okay? But you could use this because it's really concentrated. Okay, moving on, we have frankincense. So, okay, it's the holiday season, And we know through stories, whatever your affiliation is, that frankincense was rather valuable to walk across the desert for several years to bring it to a specific child, right? The reason is that frankincense in that time was the holy anointing oil. And back until about 500 years ago, medicine actually was in the hands of clergy because illness was thought to be possession, and so there was ceremony. And that's where a lot of incense and essential oil came from. So frankincense is just one of those that if you put a few drops on the bottom of your feet every single day, it's an anointment to help support your body throughout the day, okay? I've been known to put frankincense in my water. I love the taste of frankincense. Some people don't. But what I love is you can go, okay, that didn't work. What else should I put in there to help it? Or maybe I'll just dilute it down, but I'm definitely not going to waste the drop of oil I put in there, right? Pardon?
Of course not.
Yeah, and it's also one that we can be putting in our diffuser, you know, and having that smell around the Christmas season. And again, as we're inhaling these essential oils, they're protecting or winterizing our respiratory tract. Peppermint, we talked a little bit about it, but peppermint is fabulous for that stress that just runs up the back here and comes around the front of your head. You ever had one of those? Well, there's research that shows peppermint on the back of your neck here is actually more effective than some other items that may be in your medicine cabinet currently. And have we ever had one of those around the winter time? Yes. Plus, it's good for our tummy. It's an appetite regulator. And so it's a good thing to have that and digest in our bottle when we're drinking around the holidays. And we're just sipping on our water the whole time. Because what's neat is you may find when you sit down to the dinner that you are taking smaller samples of the entire dinner because of it. And then we have another oil, Sleek, that's its sole purpose is to help, again, regulate our appetite. And
Anybody not try this week?
that one tastes like candy to me.
That's good.
Yeah, that's like candy. So I can put that one in here and just sip. Or I might just do peppermint and just sip on it, and it doesn't take much. So someone just recently said that they had used peppermint and ended up with 2 drops. And it was way too much. So again, dilute it out, okay? But one of my little tricks is there's always a little bit of oil that's down inside this reducer. So I'll take a toothpick and I'll just grab that on the toothpick. And then I'll swirl it in my water, okay? And then I'll taste it. Not quite enough. Do it again, swirl it in the water. Not quite enough. And again, it's a wood toothpick. You don't want to use plastics with the oils. Just take it out, and I'll just do that until it's flavored the way I want. And a lot of times it's not a whole drop that is enough flavor. And if this seems dried out, you can come in here and just start to tip it. And as soon as you start to see that little oil droplet start, you come back up. Now you've filled that little area, and I'll just take a toothpick, swirl it in. And when we do the cooking show in February, that's one of the ways that I flavor, okay, is, again, you don't want to overdo it because a drop of oil is equal to this much herb that you just put in. So it's just a simple trick to flavor it to the amount that is good for you, okay? And sometimes if you put too much peppermint in, if you add like something that's a little bit hotter, it will balance it. So if you like ginger and you put ginger in your water and it's just a little too, right? Then put a little peppermint in. It's the yin and the yang of it, okay? Thieves. So thieves and lemon are in here, so you're already prepared to winterize with your tea. And sipping on tea all winter long, the advantage is that you're not really taking in any of some of the processes that go into actual tea. You just have purified water. It's warm and essential oil, so now you're ingesting more of them, which is very important. But you're also keeping yourself warm. And in Chinese medicine, digestion needs warmth. And so cold drinks are very bad for us. That's why room temperature water. Try never to drink anything cold. And in the cold, the kidney meridian does not like cold. You know how the back, if it gets cold and you get stiff, drinking warm heats that fire. And so just drinking this is, again, putting all these oils in to keep you winterizing, but also it's going to keep you with the warmth, keep you more warm and more youngified. Yeah? Okay. And then Thieves is a fabulous essential oil to use around the home again. So you might take Thieves and lemon and make a mist and clean around. There's a whole product line made just from Thieves. Okay, and we'll go a little bit into that. Lavender. So lavender is another calming essential oil. Lavender is the essential oil. If all else fails, just use lavender, because there's so many constituents in it, so many chemical properties to it. It's a balancer. It harmonizes. So sometimes lavender in Stress Away will harmonize a relationship. Lavender is fabulous in issues with father. And so again, when you have certain relatives that come to visit around this time, that could be beneficial. Purification. Purification is the oil that I use in this for everything. My whole office has been cleaned with purification only, and we've done tests to see if we're getting all the microbes, okay? Because legally, I have a certain requirement at the veterinary hospital, and it's been 100% all the time, every time we've tested it. 1 drop per ounce, sometimes 1 drop per 2 ounce, and we clean everything with it. This is what I spray the hotel room down with. This is what I spray the airplane chair with, and it's the only way I can walk through the casino. I have a severe allergy to formaldehyde, which is in everything. And purification was why I got into essential oils, because for the first time I wasn't passing out. If we open formaldehyde in my office to put a biopsy sample in, my staff knows I have to be out or I pass out. I fall on the floor. But purification eliminates that. I'm not going to go up and smell formaldehyde, okay? I'm not risking it. But again, really, really a good product for that elimination. You got something to share?
Yeah, I make a room deodorant spray, just with thieves and purification and so on.
Recycle bottles.
Recycle with a recycled toothpaste, I wash it clean. But you don't have to go buy these cans of air freshener that have like ozone killers and all that.
Well,
And it really works.
the purification and water mister,
Purification
we spray on the
and
dogs
thieves.
who are going out and they're itching.
It's really good.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's good for on your pets, for them to be their own diffuser. And then again, it's another one to put in your diffuser. So for your diffuser, I tend not to diffuse Thieves. I think that Thieves is a little bit strong. However, if you need to really winterize, because you're kind of bouncing on that line, okay? If you really need to winterize, then Thieves is a good one to diffuse. I also do not diffuse Copaiba, and I don't diffuse Panoray. But everything else you can put in there if you want. Digize, there's not that much benefit to diffusing it. It may be something different for somebody else. We all tend to gravitate towards an oil. There's an oil that just is our oil. Like I can fix anything with me with purification. Doesn't matter what it is. The same thing I found for cats. It's Melissa. Doesn't matter what it is, I can use Melissa and it fixes it. Okay, lavender tends to be that oil. Okay, but for other people, you'll find it. You'll just be like, I can't be without this one. Okay, so for Michelle, it's deep relief. Okay, she can't be without it. Okay, copaiba. Copaiba is an oil that when you combine it with any other oil, it's going to make it much stronger effect. So it's an amplifier. It's going to amplify any oil you mix it with. So if I have 2 drops of frankincense here, okay, and I want to use 14 drops of frankincense, what I'll do is 2 drops of frankincense, 2 drops of copaiba, okay, and enhance that effect. Okay, so copaiba will enhance the effect of any oil you combine it with. Okay, it itself has a lot of really good properties for anytime you need to winterize after, I'm thinking of the compliant way to say it. You stub your big toe and you want to winterize that effect. Copaiba, it's fabulous. You combine copaiba with Panaway on that, perfect. Not that we've ever done anything like that when we're running around trying to get everything ready. Okay?
Never go, it works.
So,
Swearing?
that's joy.
That happened to me about times you came, that's why.
RC. RC is a fabulous essential oil for the respiratory tract. It's what it was made for. So it has a bunch of the eucalyptus in it. And so it is the oil to winterize your respiratory tract. So I'll rub it here to start my day. You can also ingest it, and it's one of the best ones to diffuse. So my daughter has had a cough. She's 20. She doesn't listen to me. But my granddaughter has her own little diffuser that's really cute. It's from Young Living. It's got little dolphins and the little lights that sparkle, and she loves it. And so RC's been going in the diffuser in my daughter's room for her. So that's the winterizing.
Would you put RC on dogs if they start coughing outside?
I would probably start with purification, and I may do purification RC together, or I'll mess with RC and see which one works better. Okay? And then Panaway. Panaway is our amplifier for Band-Aids. Okay? So every single box of Band-Aids in my house has a bottle of Panaway in it. And that's what my daughter would educate the school nurses, the teachers, the neighbors, everybody on what was meant to go on a Band-Aid and the story. In fact, my daughter has her own little essential oil kit that goes with her when she goes and does her horse shows. And she knows exactly what to do with them, and everybody comes and grabs them. My oldest daughter went to Australia, and she took her kit, and I had to get permission, and everybody came to her because they all know what to do with these essential oils because it was all they had. I don't have the other stuff. This replaces it all. Okay? So, any questions before we go into just a few little other aspects of winterizing our body out of the product catalog?
The instructions on the diffuser says 8 to 12 drops of oil into that little thing. Isn't that too much?
Well, the diffusers usually cover about 2,500 square foot.
Okay.
So, no. Mm-mm. Again, the reality is that our bodies in our world are fairly toxic. So, when we're winterizing, it's helpful to use quite a bit, okay? And you're combining that with water because most of the diffusers that come in the starter kits are the diffusers that are ultrasonic, okay? one of the ones we'll be getting to uses the straight oil and we don't dilute it, okay? So this one I'll use a lot more oil in, and it's really concentrated. But when you think about it, we've diluted it, and then it's diffusing over several hours, and it has to fill, you know, a pretty big room too, okay? But we'll get to a few things that we can do to winterize. Question? Okay. Anybody online?
No, I don't think I turned down the Q&A, so I'll have to apologize to them.
Okay.
Next time that'll be fixed.
But you have your phone on you if they need to call. Okay. Okay, so that's your starter kit. And so for the most part, you have what you need in the premium starter kit and the diffuser to use it all three ways, which is ingestion, application, or inhalation. Okay? And it's what I love about the starter kit is pretty much if you called me and said, hey, I had X and X happen to my dog, the first thing I'm going to say is, what oils do you have? And so I can usually come up with something out of these oils. That's why it's really nice to have like that as your starter instead of just one thing. So one of the really cool products that we have is, let's say we're bouncing on the line and we want to really concentrate our ability to inhale our essential oils, okay?
The people panel.
Okay?
That's time out, right?
It's called the Aroma Dome. And I use it, I can put animals in it. You basically lay down and you're inside the tent, okay? So you're inside the tent and then you close it up. And then you're able to connect the Aromalux diffuser. So the Aromalux diffuser is the only diffuser that Gary Young actually ever designed. And this diffuser is going to be what we call atomizing. It means it takes the straight oil and it makes it super little tiny droplets that we can inhale. So a topical application is an inhalation application, right? So again, you want to make sure that it has a little icon with the blue wavies that you can inhale it. You would put that oil in this, and it has this little adapter to the tent, turn it on, and now all that isn't diffusing throughout the entire room. It's right there just for you, okay? So this is an oil treatment that I can use on animals. I can put them in the tent, okay? The other way we can do it is I've taken, and that's why I like Thieves' tea so much, I've taken a pan of water, okay? I brought it to a boil, then I take it to wherever I want to diffuse, and then I just drop the oils in. And it's going to rapidly diffuse those essential oils. And what I'll do is I'll have that in a kennel so the animal can't drink it, okay? Or I'll put it next to the bedside and then go to sleep. Or I will actually take a towel and use the pan and put the towel over my head and then inhale. Just depending on how much I need to winterize. Other oils that may be really beneficial when we start looking at our winterizing, especially our respiratory tract, are going to be anything from a tree. With the law of signatures, which is kind of the old way we chose things, okay, if it looked like the organ or if it looked like the product, then that's what you would choose. So if you cut an apple, it looks like an eye, so they are a carrot.
We got a text from Teresa in
Okay.
Oregon that they live in an RV and they use 3 drops of oil in their diffuser,
Okay,
and they have a CPAP and they've been putting the lavender in that, 2 drops. Thank you, Teresa.
thank you. So in the CPAP, watch the mechanisms and the tubings, etc. Just be careful and just make sure that there's no residue that builds up. And use extremely hot water with just a drop of the Thieves dishwash soap, and that should clean things out for you. But you do need something that's gonna emulsify if the oils do that.
And next time we'll have their voices turned on.
Okay. So, but we got this far this time. We're doing good, Anna. Okay, so so the law of signatures. If you cut a carrot and you look at it, it looks like an eye. So they said carrots were good for your eyes. Okay? If you cut a tomato, it looks like a heart. So they said tomatoes good for the heart. What's cool is we now know that's true, right? Nutritionally. Well, trees were good for the respiratory tract. So the doctors, if you had a respiratory problem, would say go to the mountains. And in the winter especially, the trees that have pine needles are going to be rich in oil because the oil itself helps to keep the needles from freezing. They're antifreeze. And so they'd be really rich. The Christmas tree would come in and it would be really rich, right? So any of the tree oils are going to support our respiratory tract. Pine especially. And we have a blend called Evergreen Essence, which is one of my favorites. And it's a whole bunch of tree essential oils. But it reminds me of Christmas. Because I grew up on a farm where we went and cut our own tree. So that's what I always smell. But now I don't do that. So now I just douse everything down with Evergreen Essence. And that's what I diffuse during the holidays. So it reminds me. And I know it's winterizing the respiratory tract. You have a question? Okay. Other things that are going to work really well is Mountain Savory is a really good essential oil because what it does is it helps your body maintain boundaries. And so whatever that can mean, boundaries against anything, but especially negative energies, especially pathogens, and especially anything around the holidays that would impact us from a toxic standpoint. And so Mountain Savory is a very good one to use topically because it's maintaining boundaries, okay? Thyme and oregano are in our raindrop technique. And this is another way that I'll winterize my body, is if I feel like I'm dropping below the line and the Ninja Red didn't work with tangerine, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Kelly and have a raindrop, okay? Or I might have a raindrop once a month because it's putting a lot of oils on me that again are helping to support what I call my uprightness, keeping me upright. And so the raindrop, oregano and thyme play a big part in it. And then there's some other essential oils. And what's great about the raindrop technique is it's not that hard. Did you guys have your little raindrop party?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
We've done the foot pump one.
Okay. So I love that these guys just want to get together
Try everything on each other.
and just try it on each other. And guess what? If you don't feel it right, it still works. And I modify it for animals a little bit, but I have them buy the kit. I take this, I modify it a little bit, and then they go off and they do it. And actually, almost 18 years ago, I made a video for dogs and horses. So they're out there. But it tells you exactly what to do. And so, again, you could get together as friends and support each other. And what's great about the raindrop is when you're giving it, you also get to eat it. right? Because you're inhaling everything.
There are also a lot of YouTubes that show you how to do that.
Yeah, this is not difficult. It comes with a whole instruction CD. Yeah. So, but again, Kelly does it, and it's fantastic.
And Nancy taught me.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic.
On my youngest or my oldest daughter, remember, she still volunteers.
There's a lymphatic pump that you can do 2 people. You have to do someone else and they do you.
This is great. I got peppermint in this one. I got lemon in this one. I got this tea.
We'll keep you winterized.
I'll be jumping. Okay, so any of the melaleucas or any of the eucalyptus are going to be really supportive during the season. And you never know what you might gravitate towards. The other thing is I'm really big on using a lot of the citruses. So the citruses have D-limonene in it, which has been shown through research to have some very strong properties against some of the bigger name brands under the line, okay? So for those of you who don't know what the line is, here's the line. Below the line is where doctors make labels and diagnoses. Above the line is what we want. So living your life above the line means this is what you actually want. You don't not want this. Instead, you want health, wellness, vibrancy, happiness, joy, right? That's what we want. So why not focus there instead of below the line? Okay? Some of the blends, Christmas spirit, so that got passed around, right? And we're gonna do the raffle.
Yeah.
Can anybody online also participate in the raffle anyway?
We can figure out how to do that.
Okay, so Anna's gonna figure it out, and we're gonna call her if that's something you're interested in. And with the Christmas spirit, smells like Christmas. It's lovely. Its ingredients are,
I have it right here. Cinnamon Spirit is sweet, spicy blend of orange, cinnamon, and spruce essential oils that tap into happiness, joy, and security associated with the holiday season. With Christmas spirit on hand, simply open a bottle and start diffusing. Also has cinnamon bark.
so Christmas spirit is what I'll diffuse during this season in my office. And it's got a tree oil in it, so it's supportive, it's winterizing. It's got a citrus oil in it, so that's supporting. And then it also has cinnamon in it. So cinnamon's going to be that warming aspect that we need for yin and yang during the winter season. And cinnamon also has some incredible research that backs it up to be very, very good at keeping unwanted guests from coming to our body, okay? Oh, my head. Next, we want to make sure that we're supporting our immune system. My favorite oil overall for supporting the immune system is Egyptian gold, hands down. When I put it on anybody or put it on animals, with what I can see, I see the golden light just build.
Well,
It's a very powerful oil. If you feel that an unwanted guest may have come to town and they need to exit, I use Exodus 2. Okay? And that is the best way to remember it. If something must exit, Exodus 2. And these are both from ancient formulas, biblical formulas. And so there's a lot of substantiation through the years that they were very successful. And what they would say, eliminating the evil spirits. Okay? Raven was also formulated for the respiratory tract. So some people like Raven instead of RC. What's great is you've already got RC to play with. And then two other oils that are kind of new are hung quai, K-U-A-I. It's one of the highest sesquiterpenes of all the essential oils. So it opens your mind. Have anybody had brain fog? Like you just, like, what was it? I was calling Cypress Sydney, you know? It happens. I should have all named them the same. Like George Foreman named all his kids George. Well, that's because he, you know, may have gotten hit a few too many times. Okay? But that opens our mind. And then Chow Mao, Xiangmao,
Yeah.
okay, Chow Mao, okay, is a fabulous essential oil to mix in with your lemon. Okay, it's part of the combination that goes with my daughter to spray down the horse stall. So at these horse shows, the stalls are being used all the time like a hotel room, right? So we have a little bit of lemon in it, we have that in it, we have stress away for the horse in it, and purification. And then she sprays the entire stall down before we put the horse in it. Because there's so many horses that get sick, and it's because these things aren't changed out, just like our own hotel room.
And our airplane seat.
And our airplane seat. So again, that one is a powerful essential oil, and that's what it's known for.
You don't have to use more oil on that, doctor, because of the horse and the area. You don't have to use more oils.
Well, I'm gonna go through several of those just because of the square
But you
footage.
don't have to use any more oils.
It's always a drop per ounce. Yep.
So
She travels with that pre-mixed, and then this empty, and then she knows, she puts the oil in and fills.
So on the first one, the hung quai,
Uh-huh.
how does that compare to clarity? If for brain fog, because I've been using clarity.
Clarity to me is very smelling saltish, like wake up now.
Yeah.
This is just
More
gentle, and I'm just, it's lightening. It lightens everything. That's the difference. Okay? And that would be the difference because of it's so high in sesquiterpenes. Okay, so sometime we'll talk about the chemicals. Okay? Okay, so we talked about evergreen essence. Okay? And then lastly, white angelica. White angelica is like having two little angels sitting on your shoulder. White angelica is what everybody should put on as any type of practitioner, because we're all taking on each other's energies. Okay, and so white angelica is really that angelic protection. And what I do is I put it on each shoulder, I put it here, and I put it here. And those three spots will actually create a dome of protection for you. And so you, two shoulders,
Neck.
yeah, it's right here, the big bump.
Okay.
Okay, so T1, and then just on the breastplate, okay? And those points will actually create a dome of protection for you. So before you leave, right, you want a little joy on, maybe a little stress away. Got to have your white angelica on. You might need your purification bottle in your holster, right? And you're set to go. You've rubbed your feet with frankincense, right?
You're protected.
Good to go. Your water bottle has it all in there. And then we have these little diffusers that I've seen that plug into your cigarette lighter.
Oh, they're awesome. I
Yeah.
got one for my car.
Yeah.
love it.
But you guys saw the greatest idea. You take a clothespin. Now everybody in here knows what a clothespin is, right? Because my kids won't. And you put oil on it, and then you put it on the vent
Oh, great idea.
instead of those others that
Yeah.
have the chemical.
It has to be a wooden one though.
Yes.
yeah.
Because it has to be able to absorb and then act as a diffuser. Exactly. The other thing I'll do is, for winterizing your home, spraying the air conditioning vents. And before I put the new filter up, dousing it down and then putting it up. So that's circulating throughout my whole home. Okay? You can do that in your car vents too.
We can put it where the, we'll turn off the gas and then put that.
But you can put clothespins on these. When I come back, we're gonna see clothespins.
Gotta find a store that sells them.
Well, actually, we just need to come up with something super cool, but then you can just sell for that. So now we can go into things that we could internally winterize our body with from the supplement line. So we've talked a little bit about Ninja Red. This is the time to really fill up your tank. So this morning I woke up and Michelle's visiting me from out of town, and she had done a really intense raindrop for me. It was 12:30 at night, and I had to get up at 6, so I didn't drink a lot of water. Not advised. So I woke up and I felt like all of this was trying to do something. Okay? So I went and I
Hey
grabbed
guys,
my
this
Ninja
is what a
Red
bottle of
bottle.
Ninja Red looks like.
I poured
Like a
8
nice
ounces.
wine bottle. It's a perfect gift.
So I took that bottle, which is the perfect gift, poured out at least 8 ounces, put at least 15 drops of tangerine in it, stirred it, and then pretty quickly drank it, okay? And that was breakfast. Because I knew I had to get some antioxidants in there. And then I made sure that I drank a whole bunch of lemon water with peppermint. Because what had happened is we'd stirred a lot of stuff up. And normally I'm gonna drink at least this much water afterwards. But I wanted to sleep. So again, my body told me. And so I was bouncing on that line. And I said, no, I'm gonna go right back up. That's why the logo is us in a smile, right? Because if you bounce, let's come back up. We have an oil for that, right? We have an oil to live life above the line. So one of the most important things to help your body are digestive enzymes. And so Allerzyme is a great digestive enzyme to introduce during winterizing.
Aller, A-L-L-E-R.
A-L-L-E-R, Zyme. And Essential Zyme or Essential Zyme 4, whichever's in stock, okay? Or even Detox Zyme. But you want to be on something with Zyme in the name, Z-Y-M-E, okay? Because digestive enzymes help to digest your food, especially food that possibly you haven't eaten in a while, and you probably shouldn't have been eating it. But it's really good. You're at your friend's house and they made the best. Where I go for Thanksgiving is the best homemade rolls on the face of the planet. And they start them at 6 in the morning. And we're going to eat somewhere around 2. And so I have to smell these. And I'm like, I don't want to eat them. So I just take handfuls of Essential Zyme. And right after, I take handfuls of Detox Zyme. And I'm good. But digestive enzymes also support your body against any of their cascades of inflammation. They're there to help us naturally. So if we have an abundance of some sort of digestive enzyme, it's also going to help our body digest anything it needs to within itself. Next is ImmuPro. It supports the immune system. And this is a good time to do that. The next is inner defense. So inner defense is thieves in a gel capsule. And you will appreciate it if I ever suggest that you take a gel capsule and you pour some oil in it and then put the cap on and then swallow it. Oh, you're going to taste some oil on the way down. But these gel caps are awesome. So this is what I travel with. This inner defense is my defense against ever dropping it below the line. And that's when I take it. So I don't take it all the time. I take it when there's an incident. Longevity is the one I'm going to take all the time. in the morning, and then at night I take Digest and Cleanse. So I'm taking internal oils all the time, but they're already in a gel cap for you. So much easier. So much easier. The last one that's in a gel cap for you is Sleep Essence. Again, I don't have any problem sleeping, so I don't take it. But when I get on the road, hotel rooms and me, right? Not a problem. Sleep Essence. And Detox on, because I probably ate something I shouldn't have, because I wasn't in my house. I was at a restaurant. And then lastly, you can look at the Thieves product line to also support you. So we have a Thieves mouthwash, and I love that whenever I need to gargle with something. And it works really, really well in animals, because I've used that when you can't take an essential oil itself and just put it there, okay? These mouthwash is awesome to use on any sort of issue there that you don't necessarily want to put a drop of Thieves in, which would be way too strong, and animals won't handle that.
About cutting teeth.
I would go to it, yeah.
I have a spray bottle that I have water Thieves, and well, first I put the baking soda with Thieves and mixed it, and then I added the water and I spray my dog's mouth every night when I brush your teeth.
Yep, yep. So the Thieves mouthwash is really handy for that. They also have a Thieves toothpaste.
Yeah.
So let's say you use that toothpaste instead, you're winterizing. And you're gonna brush your teeth anyways,
It
right?
took a while to get used to the no foam, but now I like it better. It feels like nothing on your teeth.
Yes, exactly, and you don't get the buildup like you do with the others. And they also make Thieves lozenges. So again, those are the things that you throw in your purse, and then when you need them, you take them out. And what I have done, and this is, I do a lot of work for an individual named Tony Robbins. And so he's a motivational speaker. And some of his events are marathonish. Okay, you're there 20 hours, and then you hopefully sleep the others. Okay? And I was feeling some things, and all I had were these Thieves lozenges. So I went and got hot water and I put it in there and dissolved it. And that's what I sipped on. So it was really handy to have. And it tasted pretty good because it's got some sweetener to it. So, and you can also look at all the different Thieves line products for cleaning your home. So you're decreasing the amount of toxicity your body has to combat. Because it's all about the straws on your camel's back. The less you put on your body, the less your body has to deal with. The less garbage you put in the trash can, the less the garbage men have to pick up and deal with, right? And the other is the lip balms. So we all tend to do chapstick more in this time. So we have a peppermint, a lavender, and a grapefruit. So now when you put your lip balm on, you're not putting on petrochemical, and you're putting on essential oils right here also to winterize. And so you can start looking at how you can use all these different products in very unique ways to replace what you're already using, but they're winterizing you, they're protecting you. They're keeping the level of toxicity that your body has to deal with and the straws on the camel's back to a minimum. So the more you put the oils on, you inhale the oils and ingest the oils, again, the more likely you are to stay above the line. So, and that's it for tonight. So is there any questions?
I have another question.
Awesome.
What, if I go overseas, what can I do to prepare for that trip? Because I always end up probably when I get there with a bad cold, and then I'm coughing on the way back, and you know, the airlines doesn't like you being on the plane.
And you don't like yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a lot of what I talked about today. So you really have to do some of the products for the internal. So your internal is stronger. Ingesting lots of essential oils. Look at spraying down some things. In this Christmas catalog, they have this really cool little clay diffuser. That's a necklace. So you can look at using that and having it right here so you're breathing it in, okay? I've been known to take essential oils and douse them here and walk around. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So this is known as your snuff box in chiropractic medicine, but it's a great place, and then you just, yeah, of course, I completely understand what you're saying, right? But you're inhaling as things are going. But I really like the little diffuser idea, because through tonight, you can see all the different places that if you start to utilize, even just from the starter kit, okay, and then I'd encourage a lot of ninja red, you know, the benefit along the way.
Prepare your body with inner defense, or would it be better to do longevity or something to prepare your body if you've only got a few weeks?
If you've only got a few weeks, I'd go to inner defense. Yeah, and lots of ninja red. And what's really nice is this can go on through the detection because it's only 2 ounces.
They sell those as 30 to
30 packs.
Right, so you can buy more of these, so then you can have that on the flight, okay? And these travel a little bit better than the glass bottles do, so you can bring that all with you. But at least, you know, those really long flights, that's when you need some of this, right? And then maybe use these little tiny bottles, and you could fill those with oils, and then they're
That's what
easier.
I took on my trip. I just came back for a 3-week cruise.
Awesome.
So I had these, I had Panaway, I had lavender, I had peppermint. I took 5. I forgot what the other one was.
But they're all from the starter kit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all you had.
I just-
But you didn't get sick, did you? On the trip?
No,
Good.
So sick when she got back.
yeah.
Because you had the flu shot.
And now, huh?
Because you had the flu shot, you said.
Yeah, I think it was related, you know, it just came to me that it was, you know why? Because everybody at work got sick after the flu shot, and I got sick. But I just learned about it because I took a week off from work. And then because I was sick, and then when I went on Monday, you know, everything sort of came together. I heard everyone was sick, so I said, it's gotta be the flu shot.
Well, you worked at a hospital, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go say goodnight to everybody online. You guys keep talking. We have a raffle drawing, we have more tea, and we have some announcements for next month.
So Christmas spirit, did everybody get to smell it?
Yeah.
The apple, fabulous.
Dr. Brandt, if you come say hello, I'm just gonna say
Okay.
goodnight. Thank you, those of you online, for joining us, and we'll do this again.
Yep.
And any questions, email me at anna@younglivingtouch.com, or you can see this, and I'll email all of you a copy. Thank
Yep.
you and good night.
Spread the word.
You can have it.